All right, let's talk for a minute. Because somebody sent me a message and wanted my opinion on the, quote, Muslim ban in our country. Well, my friend, there is no Muslim ban in the United States. There is a travel ban on 7 countries: Iraq, Syria, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. There's actually 43 more Muslim-dominated countries in the world that aren't affected at all by this. Now, believe it or not, there are people that are very dangerous from those countries that want to do you harm. It's a shocker, I know. But look, you may argue and say, this is a nation of immigrants. Well, you can ask the Native Americans how immigration worked out for them, but that's another story. Bottom line is this: legal immigration is a good thing. Caring for refugees in need, it's a good thing. Legal immigrants have rights, but they've also got a responsibility. See, we want immigrants that are ready to embrace American values, not fight them, not change them. And believe it or not, Iranians are typically opposed to things like freedom of speech, women's rights to vote, life, liberty, happiness, the American Bill of Rights in general. But these folks are being inconvenienced, you say. Now look, I'm about to go into the airport here, and I'm going to be inconvenienced. You know why? Because of 9/11. So forgive my lack of empathy in this case regarding inconvenience. Now, last week I was driving past multi-million-dollar homes in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, and there were homeless people that were sleeping outside of those houses on the streets. So basically, I encourage you to save your hypocritical lectures on compassion. It's non-existent. And yeah, if you're gay or lesbian and you've argued with those in this country that claim Christian values because they verbally condemned your lifestyle, are you telling me that you're now willing to allow people into this country that believe they are mandated by their God to crush your skull with a rock because of your lifestyle? Now, recently we had women's marches and street protests with women dressed as vaginas, marching topless, demanding equality at all costs, yet they want to allow men in this country that will cut their throats in the street and call it their honorable duty. You know those pictures of you on Facebook wearing the bikini in the Bahamas last July? It's going to be burqa or death, darling. Burqa or death. And as for the so-called refugees, do they have rights? Well, look, people that are not legal citizens of this country do not have and cannot claim constitutional or due process rights. Look, here's a little factoid for you. 75% of the illegals that were deported in this last week are felons. And over 1,000 refugees entered this country between February 5th and February 11th. 77% of them were from Syria. And for those of you that need a geography/history lesson, that's the birthplace of ISIS, those folks that want to kill you. So out of 800 refugees from Syria in a 6-day span, are you seriously going to tell me that there weren't at least 19 potential terrorists in that group? That's exactly how many made 9/11 a reality. So now I'm headed into the airport to stand in a long line to take my shoes, belt, hat, jacket, dignity off, pull out my 3-ounce liquid bottles and put them in a clear plastic sack, put my computer in a separate bin, and then get swabbed and receive a solid prison rubdown by a TSA agent. That's inconvenient. And it ain't because Dwayne from Iowa hijacks planes. Now, I know there'll be those of you that say, we don't like you anymore, and we're going to unfollow you on Facebook. Well, take your football and go home, Charlie Brown. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to save your life. I do love y'all, and God bless. And for those of you that stick around, here's Facebook Poke.